Welcome to Kirkistown, Northern Ireland, for the latest encounter at the Libre Saloons Championship. We've already seen some thrilling action this year, and we've got two thrilling races ahead of us. The first one, Andrew Armstrong puts it on pole position ahead of James Torkington, but in the championship standings, it's the other way around. James Torkington leads by 6 points, so this is going to be something special. And with that, I'll hand you up to our race commentator, Andy McEwen.
Yep, thank you, Anthony. So the cars lining up on the grid then ahead of our first race of the day for the Libre Saloons. It's Armstrong from James Turkington on the front row of the grid, Ulick Burke and Stephen Traub on row 2 ahead of Aidan Vance, Donald O'Neill, Neil White and Tony Traub on the 4th row. Ralph Jess and Paul Sheridan round out the top 10. Then it's Alan Stewart, Greer Ray, Pete Murray and Keith Ray who round out the field. So two different classes out there. We've got the Libre Saloons and the BMW 330i's as well out on circuit. The red lights go on, the red lights go out. We're away racing and not a good start made by a pole sitter, Andrew Armstrong. The 3.2 litre BMW M3 does not get off the line well at all, and as the field races down towards turn 1, it will not be the BMW therefore that leads the way. It's going to be one of the Honda Integras that's made its way, in fact two of the Honda Integras that made their way to the front of the field, Ulick Burke and Stephen Traub. Then we've got the rest of the field. There are some of the BMW 330i's towards the tail of the field, and there James Turkington. Now we're on board with James Turkington, who for some reason started at the back of the grid. I know not why. Qualified second on the grid, did not start from the front row though, so he's got a lot of work to do. But James, the younger brother of double British touring car champion Colin Turkington, and so he should have learnt a few things from his brother and also from his time racing in things like the Mini Challenge in the past. Should be able to work his way through the order quite nicely, which he's already doing. So dropping down then in towards the hairpin at the opening lap, at the end of the opening lap, and it's going to be Ulick Burke that leads the way with Stephen Traub in second place, Andrew Armstrong the pole sitter there in third, and then the rest of them, there's James Turkington starting to work his way up the order. Leaders flash across the start finish line, rattling the camera as they come by at some real speed. These are some of the fastest cars that we'll see racing here this weekend at Kirkistown. And this battle for second place now starting to build as the Honda Integra of Stephen Traub, 2.3 litre front wheel drive Honda Integra, and 3.2 litre BMW M3, the rear wheel drive BMW, battling out for second place. There's a move being attempted on the inside. That is Greer Ray going up the inside of Alan Stewart, a pair of BMW 330i's racing in the BMW 330i class within this race. This field, as I said, split into two different groups, the Libre Saloons and then the BMWs. But it's BMW that runs within the Libre Saloons that is leading the way, that is third place, excuse me, but trying to make its way towards the front of the field, and that is Andrew Armstrong, who comes to the outside there of Stephen Traub. Trying to go right around the outside and use some of that rear-wheel drive traction on the exit of the corner, which he might be able to do, and the BMW should be quicker in a straight line. Let's see, down towards the first corner, and yet through he goes. On board with James Turkington though, and he's on the grass coming out of the final corner, but he is up into 4th position now, so the championship leader, 5 times a winner so far this year, as opposed to just the 3 wins for Andrew Armstrong. They've both had non-finishes though, so that's why the championship is quite as tight as it is, only the 7 points between them, but it is in James Turkington's favour. So Turkington there turning his way down towards Colonial. We've got the Seat in behind him now. That is Donald O'Neill in the Seat Cupra. Both of those drivers, of course, Turkington and O'Neill in Seat Cupras. But James Turkington's car is the 2 litre Seat Leon Euro Cup version. Got Greer Ray there, still dicing away here, isn't he? As he tries to fend off the resurgent Alan Stewart, I think that is, in number 53. Yes, it is. And Alan Stewart having a look at the inside, takes to the grass through the chicane, really takes to the grass through the chicane. The suspension working overtime there on the BMW as it tries to make its way through the chicane without tipping over entirely. Some of the cars racing within the BMW element of the race. Now the highest qualified of the BMW 330i's was Neil White, 7th on the grid overall in car number 80, and I think he is still leading that class. There is Pete Murray in the silver 5 car, but further towards the tail end of the field. The leaders though already making their way through Fisherman's once again, and there is the 82 car Traub. Has lost that second position now, of course, to Andrew Armstrong, for whom a race win here would be really handy. But there is James Turkington now. James Turkington can get back into 3rd position. That would at least salvage a few points from this race. And he not quite be able to get onto terms with Andrew Armstrong, but
61
a million miles away. There is Armstrong turning into the hairpin now. Then you've got Stephen Traub between them. And James Turkington, although in a 15-minute race, it is unlikely James Turkington is going to get to his big championship rival, so the championship lead could change hands in this race. And onto the pit straight with the championship leader in the Seat Leon. Third in the championship, by the way, Stephen Potter in his Honda Integra, but he is not racing here this weekend. Stephen Traub, therefore, in fourth place in points, could be about to move through into third if he has a couple of good finishes this weekend. Halfway through the Kirkistown Saloon GT Championship, Libre Saloon Championship, and it's sort of open to anything really, as the name would suggest. If you've got a saloon, be it front-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive, you'll be able to race here, and as you can see, great variety in the field. Of course, BMWs, but then Seats, Hondas, and the like. And it is a very, very well-supported championship here in Northern Ireland. James Turkington definitely, I'd say, is catching the Honda here, isn't he? I think the 2.3 litre Honda of Stephen Traub. I'm not entirely sure what happened to Ulick Burke. Ulick Burke there is, Ulick of course is leading the race, so he's definitely be able to pull away from the rest of the field quite comprehensively at this stage. As the midfield runners turn their way down towards the hairpin, there's the number 83 car, that's the little Honda Civic of Tony Traub. BMW's running very wide there in pursuit, so there goes Tony Traub. And I think that BMW there was our lead 330i of Neil White. Didn't quite catch the number, we'll try and pick that up in a moment or two. On board with James Turkington though, who we can see is closing in now pretty rapidly on Stephen Traub in front of him. And this would be for a spot on the podium overall. And some more important championship points as well. 12 points available for third place, just the 10 available for second place. There are a bonus 2 points available though for setting the fastest lap, and that could come in handy as well for James Turkington, should he be able to set that in this race. He does at the moment have the fastest lap, so that's another couple of points. So not losing too many to Andrew Armstrong if the checkered flag flew now. There's the 53 BMW. Working its way through, that's Alan Stewart. Now there's no sign at the moment of Greer Ray, so either Alan's found a way through, or, and I suspect this might be the case, he's got a problem and has fallen behind, because that car is not going as quickly as it was earlier on, and I fear that Alan Stewart might be heading down towards the pit lane to retirement, which is unfortunate. But Alan Stewart's he's picked up the speed again now though, so he might be able to just wrestle it through. He's about to go a lap down though to the race leader Ulick Burke, who turns down to the right-hand side of the road, drives straight behind a straight line. Andrew Armstrong is lapping fractionally quicker than the race leader, but not massively. This is the fight for third place though. James Turkington now right on the tail of Stephen Traub as they go down the back straight, and James, I think, is going to have a go to the inside line here. Or is he? He rolls off the brakes, he gets to the apex first, and in fairness to Stephen Traub, I think he realised that he was the slower of the two. Didn't fight that one too hard. So James Turkington is onto the podium. It's doubtful in a way that he's going to get any further than that. He could do with getting a bit further than that, if at all possible, for the championship point situation. Great view there, though, as they go flat out through Debtor's Dip, the first corner, down towards Colonial. Onto the brakes, the car rocking on the suspension as he turns into that double apex right-hander. They only really worry about clipping the second of those apexes, then they flick it through the left-hander and then down in towards Fisherman's. James Turkington in the Cupra, working his way through. Whoops, Honda Civic in front just dashes out of the way of the third and fourth place drivers overall. Honda Integra looking really strong, isn't it, there in fourth place though of Stephen Traub. Stephen has had a second placed finish this year, which is his best finish of the year, so he's not going to match that in this race, but another solid fourth position will go down very well. Two there had a DNF right at the start of the season, which two DNFs to start the season off, which rather derailed his championship hopes. The 53 BMW goes a lap down as well to the leaders. That is Alan Stewart, who seems to be back up and running at speed now, which is good news. Turkington though, back through turn one. This time he does pick up the first apex at Colonial. As a result, the car is a little bit more stable through there. It's a circuit, this Kirkistown racetrack though, so you do have to sometimes play around with your lines, try to find the smoothest path through. It's not necessarily always the straightest path through, but if it keeps the car a little bit more settled, often it's the way to go. So James Turkington then, can he catch Andrew Armstrong? It's a big ask, but there you can see Armstrong in the BMW. That's the yellow and black BMW. The white and black BMW is Paul Sheridan. And Paul Sheridan, 395, car pretty well within the BMW 330i class. Some side-by-side action further back. Now that, I think, is for position, isn't it? And they're starting to lean on each other slightly as they come down the pit straight. Now, who have we got here? That, I think, is Pete Murray racing away with Greer Ray. Yes, it is. And Pete Murray goes through, and that is for a podium position within the class. And you can see there the number 5 BMW of Greer Ray, the estate version of the BMW 330i. Runs a bit wide on the exit of the corner, but seems to have a bit more power in a straight line. And that's a fascinating battle between the two, but they're getting a little bit close for comfort as they bounce their way down the pit straight. There's the number 83 car, that's Tony Traub in his 2-litre Honda Civic, and he's been having a race-long battle with Donald O'Neill in the 1.8-litre Seat Cupra. That is the older shape Seat Cupra, so Euro Cup car, or the car that had a one-make championship in the UK and across Europe, of course. The UK Championship sporting the British touring cars, the European Championship sporting the World Touring Car Championship, and it was a real breeding ground for future touring car talent. But there are lots of those cars now second hand that are being run in various sports motor championships around the country and around the UK, which is fantastic to see. For example of that here, as the green and black example turns its way into the final turn, chasing down the Honda Civic, another very popular car in these sort of series because you can get one for relatively low cost. They were pretty nippy things anyway in road trip, weren't they? So make your sort of racing modifications, and all of a sudden it becomes a real bit of kit. Civic turns its way down towards Colonial. Both of these cars, of course, front-wheel drive, short wheelbase hatchbacks. Very much both built to the same sort of idea. And they're about to catch that all BMW scrap between Greer Ray and Pete Murray. And Pete Murray's now dropped back behind Greer Ray again. Has to be said that Pete Murray's car does not look the happiest through the twisties. Give it a straight, and it's right at home. And so as it goes down the back straight now, I'm sure he's going to try and get back alongside again as he did a few laps ago. Also coming up on a back mark, which I think is the ailing Alan Stewart, who possibly is still just trying to limp home to the flag. Now this is all about to get very messy, I think, because we've got two pairs of cars, both battling for position, but on different laps, and so they're about to become conjoined going onto the pit straight. The Civic and the Cupra, look, they're fighting for position, and then the two BMWs also fighting position within their class, and as they drag down the pit straight, that was the best chance, I think, for the back markers to be dealt with, and that is exactly how it worked out. Did we have any change in either pair? No, we didn't, although it did close up, I'd say, Tony Traub and Donald O'Neill a little bit closer than they were before. The BMWs were already nose to tail. Cupra and the Civic have just got themselves a little bit closer together now than they were, maybe. And towards Fisherman's they go again. Greer Ray there in the white and black BMW 330i. Tippy toes his way down towards the chicane. Very, very big use of the curbs there for both drivers, although Pete Murray just running a little bit wider. The exit curb, they're all about to go a lap down to the Honda Integra that's leading the race. Still Ulick Burke who leads. Andrew Armstrong in second, James Turkington in third, and Turkington is continuing just to take a few tenths out of Andrew Armstrong. I don't think he's quite got enough time to get there because we're getting into the final stages of this race now. BMW battle comes back across the start-finish line. They're side by side again as the overall race leader darts past them. You can see the speed differential there, and you can see the speed differential between Pete Murray's estate BMW and Greer Ray's Saloon, because it was the estate that just drove straight past down the pit straight there. Nicely done. There is Ulick Burke, car number 46, turning his way through Colonial, and he's got more back markers to deal with before he sees the checkered flag. So too has Andrew Armstrong, though. James Turkington will be hoping against hope that Andrew gets held up in the back marker, because that could be his best chance to close in on his big championship rival. Now, if they finish as they are now, you score 15 points for finishing in second place, and you score 12 points for finishing in third. So the gap will come down by 3 points. However, James Turkington has the fastest lap, so that's worth a bonus point. So we'll actually come down by 2 points. However, there's also, I believe, a point for pole position. So actually, I think it's going to come down by about 3 points. It's not going to come down by very much at all. And James Turkington will therefore be able to hang on to the championship lead, but by a reduced margin. It's going to be somewhere around 4 or 5 points now, the difference between them. If things finish as they are now, of course, there's still time left in this one. Negotiating now the Tony Traub and Donald O'Neill scrap is our race leader. Donald O'Neill almost assaulted the side of the Honda Civic then. He saw the chance to get up the inside and follow the leader through and tried to gain the position. And it almost ended in contact, but that is definitely, we always talk about the back markers influencing the leader's race, the quicker cars race, but the quicker cars coming through can influence the race of the back markers as well. And it was a really valid effort that from Donald O'Neill to try and dive up the inside. The Seat, of course, a little bit slower in a straight line, but so often the payoff for that is that your car is a bit lighter and therefore it gets through the corners a bit better, and he was just trying to take advantage of that natural cornering advantage that he has, and also the fact that the leader had just disrupted the rhythm of Tony Traub in front of him, but in the end nothing happened, nothing came of it. So as we start the final lap now, they are still in the same order. It's most definitely still Ulick Burke, though, who is leading the race. Andrew Armstrong in second, and James Turkington is just not quite going to have time to get there, but he has been catching ever since he moved through into third place. So good drive this from James Turkington from the back of the grid, and if he's able to take up his rightful grid position for race 2, we should see a really, really strong performance from James, because I think he's got the pace to win the racing, to win a race here, but just didn't have the track position to do that in this particular encounter. Burke, though, heads down into the chicane, still pushing on, right down to the flag. That's good to see. No backing off here. He may have had a comfortable lead since the drop of the green flag, but he's pushed on ever since. Ulick Burke, who started third, remember, which became second, essentially, with James Turkington's issues. Ulick Burke is going to come out of the final corner, and he is going to win the first race of the weekend here in Kirkistown for the Libre Saloons. The checkered flag goes out to the Honda Integra driver, and it is a fairly comfortable winning margin in the end. He's going to take the race victory by 6.7 seconds over Andrew Armstrong in second, and James Turkington got to within almost a second of his championship rival at the flag. So Ulick Burke then takes the race victory. Second place goes the way of Armstrong, third for James Turkington, fourth for Stephen Traub. Tony Traub was fifth, sixth for Donald O'Neill, and seventh for Neil White. They are the Libre Saloon results. Then we had the BMW 330s, and it was Paul Sheridan who took the class victory ahead of Pete Murray and Greer Ray after their terrific dice all race long, and Alan Stewart's ailing BMW came home in fourth.
Well, Ulick, firstly, congratulations, what a race. It was a start that did it for you, but you still had to bring it home. Well done.
Thank you very much, really appreciate that. And as you said, start was the key to it. We got ahead of Andrew, he spun wheels, and once we got a gap on him, I think he was battling with, I'm not sure who, I think maybe Stephen Traub there for a while, and that gave me a bit of a gap, so just maintaining that and getting through the back markers.
It's a fantastic championship. It's been thrilling battles all year, and the Integra right up there at the front. Where can you go in race 2?
I'd like to be at the pointy end. I think I was very lucky, in fact, that James had a mechanical fault, I think it was. I don't really know what happened to him, but I was lucky that happened, because he would be, again, a quality driver. I was very worried about trying to get past him. We had a battle up here last race last year, and I know he's probably well more capable of driving than me, so it's not very difficult to get past anyway.
Well, for now, go and enjoy it. Well done.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Well, Andrew, you got a smile on your face. It wasn't the win you wanted.
No.
They don't do the championship hopes any harm.
No, we still get good points for a second place. It's always nice to get a win, but not today. We're still having trouble with our starts. But yeah, second place still good points. We'll take that.
And you must have a smile on your face when you saw James wasn't next to you on the grid.
Yeah, I didn't actually see what happened. Just he didn't line up beside us. I assume he started from the pit lane, because halfway through the race I could see his headlights starting to come behind me again. So I was just hoping that the checkered flag would come out before he came up on us. But yeah, luckily the flag came out before he got there, but I could see him coming fast.
Brilliant. And what's your name?
Ryan Armstrong.
This is Ryan Armstrong. This is the next one in line.
Is it? You proud of your dad?
Good.
Fantastic. Well, well done. Go and enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, James, what a race to start with. Congratulations on a third. You had an issue which put you into the pit lane first off. You started from the back to get it back to third. phenomenal feat, well done.
Yeah, firstly, thanks to all the guys at Birch Motorsport for another tremendous car once again. There was a slight issue at the start, we're really not sure what the cause of it was, but we came into the pits and got the all okay to go again. So yeah, we had to start from the back of the grid, so I just tread a bit cautious the first couple of laps just to get through a few of the guys, the slower guys. But no, once we were going, we were on song, and yeah, cap it off a new lap record. Yeah, not a bad day.
Just fastest lap after fastest lap. Don't do your championship hopes any harm either. One more race to come. What can you do for race 2?
Yeah, we're starting on pole for tomorrow, so we'll see what happens, and hopefully we get a drama-free run and see where we end up and score a few more points for the championship.
Well, for now, go and enjoy it. Well done.
Thank you.